So a lot of you have probably already seen the video of the unboxing of the big Yuzhoukee chainsaw, the 105. Apparently, so did Yuzhoukee, because they contacted me and asked me if I would review or unbox and do a review of the 62cc saw. So they sent me a 62cc saw. This is basically the little brother to this guy. I do not know if this is a clone of another model or what. By the specs, it looks kind of like a, well, as far as the pictures of it, it looked a lot like a Husqvarna, but it also looks a lot like a Jorgensen, or Jorgensen? I can't even pronounce that one. But anyway, so I'm not sure if it is a clone. It could be their own model, and that would be awesome. But let me resituate your cameras, and we will open the box and see what we got. Okay. So, since I was talking to the folks at Yuzhoukee or whatever it is, they did. I was able to let them know that the big saw is actually not a 3/8 chain. It's a 404 chain, pitch chain. So they have corrected that on their advertisements. And this one is advertised as a 325. And as I pull this out, this is this says it's a 325. One of them is an 18-inch, and one of them is a 22-inch. It says it's 325. But we're going to double check that, because now, you know, I'm kind of like, don't want to order a chain for it. Well, on the big one, I have to order a chain. I don't want to go to a store and buy a chain for it and turn out to be the wrong one. So, hey, look at that. This one comes with scabbards. It didn't give me a scabbard from 42. So there's both the bars and the chains, the toolkit, and the book. And here is the Powerhead. Hey, this one's got a chain brake. What do you know? Boy, that's a solid sounding chain brake too. Metal on-off switch. I've heard horror stories about that, but we'll see how it does. There's your choke. Alright, let's pop this. Air filter's easy to get to. Spark plug. There it goes. It's light. I like that. Well, especially compared to this one, but I mean even to my other saws. My 032 is heavier than this, and it's a 52cc compared to 62cc. Well, hey, of course this is also obviously a much newer version. It's still solid mount handlebars, so it's not a anti-vibration saw. But this one runs at higher RPMs than the bigger saws, so maybe it doesn't need it. I don't know. We'll be getting to that part, I guess. All right, well, let's pop the side cover off. I need a wrench on that one. I think that might actually be a 325. That's good. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna compare these chains to a couple of chains that I've got here that are both, one's a 3/8 and one's a 325, and I'm able to tell which one is this. This is the 18. Oh, I'm gonna put the 22 bar on it. Jeez. I already got an 18 and a 20 and a 16 and a 42, a couple of 20s actually. Now that does look like 325. We're in good shape, folks. I'm still going to compare it, but yep. It is definitely 325. Good, good. I think they've been making this saw longer too, so maybe they've already worked out bugs like that. 22-inch bar. Now the bars, I did know this too before they sent it because I looked at the page. The bars are still hard-nosed bars. But as you can see, that's a very standard slot, and I do believe that just about any Oregon bar will fit this thing. That's designed for saws of this size, so pretty good chance of it. A lot easier to put on a shorter bar like this than it is those big guys, I tell you what. Oh, here you go. The chain tensioner is on the side cover. Nope, it's not. Sorry, I thought it was this hole and it turns out it's up here. So no, it's still behind the bar. Well, they sell this for $200 with the two bars, the 18 and the 22 inch. And they're just things you're not going to get with a $200 saw and a side-facing tensioner. Now, at least this one is on the outside of the blade instead of back behind it like on the 105. Okay, why are you not going? Because the tensioner is in the wrong spot. There you are. And where did this go? It also says that it runs on a 25-to-1 mix. comes with the saw dog too. You have to put it on yourself. So I'm going to put that on real quick.
Out in stormy weather, I might have the blues, but nothing ever stopped me from dusting off my shoes. You might think you'll see me.
I don't know what the actual nomenclature for these little teeth that are next to the bar actually is, so if my reference moments ago was incorrect, don't bust me too hard. I know it's nice to have them on bigger saws. On little saws they're kind of useless. Alright, let's try this again.
Falling to the ground, but I threw up my umbrella when rain stops hitting down.
Alright, I gotta admit, usually I would be facing all this, but I'm trying to like keep this out here to the camera side for y'all. Yeah, that's actually a really good feeling saw. This one's called the YZ6200. That's the oil. This is the gas. And when they did with this, they actually sent the small screwdriver that you need in order to tune it. But I'm suspecting that this one is better tuned than the last because it's got fuel residue on it. I think they might have tried to ship shape it for me before they got it shipped out. And that's fine. That's one less thing for me to do. So I guess I will take the bar back off and put the chain on the right way. Holy cow. You know, that's 2 videos now I've done that in. I'm gonna have to like be a little more careful. Ah. Don't mind me, I've been sitting around waiting for FedEx all day. It's about 6 o'clock in the evening. So I'm not going to get the cut today. I'm actually going to go out and do the cutting tomorrow. Then I'll spend some time editing, and then you guys can watch this. But it was very kind of Yuzhoukee to reach out to me and ask if I would do this for them. I thought it was pretty neat. I've never had that kind of reaction to my YouTube channel, so that, you know, it's kind of a feel-good thing. And happy to do it. But I'm not going to say that that I'm going to tell them. I told them that I'm going to be objective, and they said that yes, they wanted me to be objective. I'm like, okay. So if this thing turns out to be not worth its 10 cents, then I'm going to tell you that. And if it turns out to be a decent saw, then I'm going to tell you that. What I can tell you right now is that I suspect that this is going to be a very good larger CC homeowner saw. Not so much a professional saw, but I could be wrong.
With the rain.
that's just what I suspect. Like I said, I don't know yet. I'm gonna run it before I want to pass judgment on it for sure. But as lightweight as it is, if it were a pro saw, I would think it would be heavier. However, as lightweight as it is, if it is a pro saw, that's really convenient. Trust me, there have been jobs I've been on that I wouldn't mind having a lighter saw after spending the whole day cutting down 70 odd trees. Although I must admit there were other guys there. There was another guy there with a big saw, and I just had my 171 and took down the smaller stuff while he focused on the bigger stuff, so that worked out. Okay, now we're on the right way. Now, I'll let you guys get a good look at it. Let you see the other side of it with the bar on it. And soon it will be the next day, and I will be out trying to see how it does perform to be a cut.
Happy face to keep me moving on.
Okay, so after I finished filming last night, I kind of went over this thing again and put some gas in it, put some oil in it, went out and started it up for the first time. Didn't cut anything, but it was just getting too late in the evening. So I went out and started it up. It runs pretty nice. I gotta say, it's torquey. It wants to, like, torque in your hands when you're revving it up. So I'm kind of curious about its cutting ability, but there was a couple things I noticed that I didn't cover before that I wanted to cover real quick. One is it has an adjustable oiler. So this little channel you see here has a screw at the top that's adjustable, and there's instructions right here. It tells you which way to turn it to get your maximum oil or minimum oil or whatever. So that's nice. The only other saw I have that has a adjustable oiler on it is my 032 AV, so that's a nice one. And there's a video coming up on that one because I need to rebuild the carb on it. The other thing I noticed was that the bars for this one, with their nice little Batman symbol, are just happen to be the same hole alignment as a still bar. So this is off of my 171 before I replaced the bar on it, and since the holes all line up, the oil hole and the holes for the tensioner and the slot is the same size. That means that this saw will use a still bar, which also means you could put a still chain on it as long as it's 325 pitch. I don't know if the clutch will interchange with the still, but or the bell housing, so you could put a different pitch on it, but that's something I will investigate later on, and I'll let you know. So anyway, we're going to go out and cut some stuff. We're going to take this one out, and I've got a walnut log. I'll take a slice off of it. It's the same one I used in the McCullough video. There's still some of it left. I'll take a slice off of it, and we'll see how it cuts, and then maybe try something else a little bit harder. And then I'm going to pull out the big guy here, and because in the original video with this saw, the unboxing video, I was cutting a big piece of elm and the middle was rotted out, and I caught all kinds of flack in the comments about that. Plus, it was in its break-in period, so it wasn't tuned to maximum RPM. I'm careful about machines that I spend a lot of money on, and I wasn't going to blow it up on the first time out, so I didn't adjust it to run maximum. I did adjust it up a little bit after the video, and it was running better. But now I've put an RPM gauge on it and actually set it to 8,500, so it runs really nice. And so we're going to cut a big chunk of walnut that I have out there that's, I think, 33 or 36 inches in diameter. It's pretty big, and it's solid. And we'll see how it does going through that. So we're going to do both of them, but we're going to work on the little one first, since it's its big debut today. So, all right, so let's go cut something. Let's do a cold start. You know, that wasn't too awful bad at all. I tell you what, when I get the carb on the 032AV repaired and get it running again, I might have to do a comparison between the two of them, because that's what my 032AV does. It's going right through it, even long-wise. So, yeah. I'm going to say this dude's a little champ. Of course, that is walnut. Tell you what, let me reset. I've got some hedge back here. Not as big as this, but I've got some hedge. We'll see how fast it goes through that. Alright, so that's a nice little piece of hedge. Well, that chain's neat and tightened again. We can get this cut. Here we go, hot start. Yeah, it cuts the hard stuff too. Okay, I know a bunch of you have been waiting for this. This is the bottom end of a walnut tree. Like I said, it's, I don't know, 33, 34, 35, 36, I don't know, it's big. Biggest thing I've got out here to cut. I'm not cutting into the one I'm going to slab yet, because I don't have my Alaskan sawmill made. I was the video you saw me sawmilling, that mill belonged to the other fella in the video, my friend Will. So this one, I'm just going to slice off the end of it, see what we get. Oh, and the belt buckle on my chaps just broke, so I can't wear them. Kind of don't like that, because I've seen what happens when a chain comes loose. Anyway, I've already warmed this guy up, so he should start right up. Well, I can tell you already that the chain that came with this saw, it's not really a very good chain. When I got it, I didn't notice that half the teeth were sharpened at 10 degrees and half of them were sharpened at 30 degrees. And unfortunately, it was split side sharpening, meaning all of them were 10 degrees on one side and 30 on the other. So I had to go back through and resharpen them all to 30 degrees to get a normal chain out of it. And unfortunately, that also sets the rakers higher, and I don't have the little gauge to file my rakers right now. So yeah, I don't want to go filing them and take too much off, and taking not enough off would not change the way it operates. So it is not cutting worth a darn, but you can hear it run now, and it runs a whole lot better. 8,500 RPMs at the high end, and it is loud, hence the earmuffs. Let me let you hear it one more time. I think with an appropriate chain, this thing would be an awesome saw. So the Powerhead on it is great. The bar, I'm not fond of the hard-nosed bars because they do rob horsepower from the chain. But the chain that came with this one, it's not the really good chain. So, but I've got a new one ordered, it just hasn't gotten here yet. I've been waiting a month. I'm starting to get a little upset with Granberg because that's who I ordered it from. The thing is that because all the literature said it was 3/8, I ordered a 3/8 pitch chain with 06, what is it, 063 or 068? I forget now the gauge, but anyway, the appropriate gauge and 124 drive lengths. Well, a 3/8 124 drive lengths is about a foot short of making this bar, which was when I discovered it's a 404. So I contacted Granberg, told them what had happened, and they're like, oh yeah, actually this has happened before. Send the chain back to us and we'll get you a new one sent out. Well, the new one was sent out 2 weeks ago today. I'm still waiting. I have called Granberg to see if maybe they could tell me, give me a tracking number or something, and they haven't gotten back to me, so I don't know. But, like I said, the Powerhead makes it worth every bit of the 450. It does run, it does pull a chain, and when I had the still 47-inch bar on here with the chain for it, with the rip chain, and I went down to my dad's place, and we slabbed out a pecan, which is a relatively hard wood. I didn't take enough gas with me, but I did get to make one pass all the way through, and it was 7.5, maybe 8 foot. Actually, it was a little over 8 foot because it was too long for a trailer. We had to cut a little chunk off the end of it. So 8 feet of a pecan log that was 22 inches or so in diameter, and it cut right through it with the whole blade buried inside of the widest part of that log because it had a Y at one end. It was 36 inches at that end, and this thing didn't even slow down. It just kept pulling the chain through all of that. So the Powerhead is outstanding. Yuzhoukee needs to up their game on the chains. But other than that, worth every penny. So, yeah guys, for those of you that have bought them, congratulations, you've got a good saw if you can get it tuned up. And as for the little saw, I don't think you could go wrong there. This little dude is something else. And obviously they upped their game on the chain on these. This is working just fine. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Check back now and then, and we'll have some updates for you. I'm going to have to run a challenge of this little saw against the 032 AV once I get it running again. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. So I got to thinking about it. When I set the angles on this chain, I used the Harbor Freight chainsaw sharpener, and I've always found it to be a disappointing tool. So I went back in and used my Dremel and went over all the teeth. Let's see what it does. Fighter still needs a new chain.